Hey everybody, this is Reliable Talent. I know in the last video I said I was going to be showing off kind of another type of tavern played around with in one of my previous campaigns, but I think what we're going to be doing is showing off the new-ish abandoned ruins tile sets that Dungeon Alchemist has provided us with. I haven't really touched it yet, but I know there's a lot of cool stuff we can do with this. So let's just go ahead and put down a terrain that looks like we might find something like that. I'm gonna replace some of this dirt with, or some of this grass with dirt. In fact, I'm actually going to replace all of it with it right now. I could have just done this with the creation tool, or the new map tool, but we will just go back and fill this in. So last time I went through and basically covered everything in stone and then essentially made everything a room, the whole map what Dungeon Alchemist considers a room. This time we're going to go through and just make let's call it a hovel. And I'm still hoping, yeah, I'm not sure I like that so much. I was kind of hoping I could do something more witch hut-ish. First of all, let's turn off AI. But yeah, this is going to give me just ruins. But it's okay because I think I have a plan. I can do that kind of idea down the road as more room sets become available. What I think I'll just go ahead and stick to my guns with some ruins, and this is going to be, just think of like an abandoned village. I'm just going to pop down some empty houses, and let's take one that's a temple. Let's throw it up here. So it's just a small village, and yeah, that looks good. And this is just a 18 by 24 map. It's not super small, but it is it's a decent size. This is kind of the size that I would expect most single maps to sit on outside of the 24 by 36 style maps. Can get pretty massive. This is great if you're just playing on a standard like a dining room table. This kind of map will sit nicely in the middle of a table without displacing everybody's stuff, if they're using laptops, or if they're using just pen and paper, traditional pen and paper, books and whatnot. Of course, there's snacks and everything that goes with tabletop gaming. The first thing I'm going to do is just get rid of all these doors and windows, and I'm going to change some of these walls so they're not all the same thing. So let's go to the ruin tiles. That's interesting. So that's not what I want. So we want to get a little bit more granular. I don't want it to all be that one wall. Okay. That's good to know. So we are going to actually change this whole thing to plaster. Okay. So now we're going to change individual portions of this. And just get really granular with how much is actually ruined. And we can just dot some of this stuff around. And just grab different brushes as we feel necessary. Okay. So ruined, not that ruined. And then we're going to throw a... Well, I mean, it's definitely ruined. It's very ruined. We're going to throw a broken door on the north side, or what I'm calling the north side. In fact, I kind of want something a little more broken than that. Yeah, for that particular house. What I think I'm going to do is just run through a quick time lapse, get the rest of these done. Kind of in the same style as this. I don't know if I'm going to go all plaster, but I might leave some stone. Maybe throw up like a wood one down here. But yeah, I'll be back in a minute and we'll get to decorating and changing the landscape a little bit. All right. Okay, awesome. So we just have a very basic layout made up for the map. Threw a couple windows in there, threw some doors in place, and I think I like where this is going for the most part. So let's go ahead and talk about interiors. With how small these spaces are, let's think of this as mostly just a tiny ruined village. You're not gonna find more like mansion style multiple houses, or more urban style multiple roomed houses. Mostly just the one kind of living space, and then probably like a communal area or somewhere depicted off map. That's more of a narrative thing. If you want to go through and add small living spaces, you know, like a some sort of bathroom in some of these houses in your maps, feel free. If you look at any of the 5th edition houses, the maps that they make for houses, very few of them even depict bathrooms. Mostly they just show you the living quarters and you know, dining areas, kitchens, pantries, that sort of thing. The first thing I want to build out is this wooden house to the south, just because I think if adventurers were to stumble upon this village, of course you're probably looking at undead being here, maybe goblins, maybe orcs came through and destroyed the village. But I'm willing to bet this is undead territory. Maybe a necromancer came through and just destroyed the place. So let's go ahead. Out back. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Out back, I'm going to put this guy just to indicate to the players there is something below this building. Maybe that's where the bad guy set up shop. The necromancer has his workspace down below, and up here is just overrunning with his creations. But you know, they may not see that at first glance, or if they're inspecting this house, they might hear, you know, as they're stepping through the house, a more hollow cavity underneath the ruined floorboards, or they might even fall through the floorboards. I might make them have a reflex check, a dexterity check, as the floor gives way. Let's go ahead and throw some crates. We're not going to do any chests. So even the crates look too nice. That one looks like a cruddy little crate, chest. Actually, make sure it's facing the right way. Not that it matters to my players, but it matters to me. Make sure the actual latch is on the front of it. Again, your players are going to be viewing this like this, so it really ultimately doesn't matter which way around your chest is. But for me, since this is just a little bit of fun, you know, just do it right, you know. We can throw some beds in here, and I'll try to get it. So yeah, it's a little cockeye. Like the room's a little disheveled. Like somebody came through and kind of tossed the place. Just throw it on a pillow wherever I want to. I would love a another crib option that doesn't look like you know, like the Queen of England slept in it when she was a baby. Something dirty and old and has just been kind of beaten down by time. Let's throw some chairs in here. Now I remember, let's use this chest as a table as well. No. Extinguish the light, and let's give it just a quick little book or something like that. And this is all I really want added to this place. I'm not looking to do anything super nice here, because why would there be anything super nice? maybe anything that was that had any sort of value, any jewelry, any, whatever, has been taken down below. Maybe there was a bathtub in here at one point, but it was made out of something that was vaguely valuable to, a wizard experimenting. I could spin the tale that they took it down below for whatever reason. A place to store bodies until they decompose to a point where it's more suitable for them. Fantastic. What was I looking for? I was looking for a book. Decoration, I think, is where it is. No. Storage, nature, lights, furniture. Screw it. Well, the book is on there. Pretty sure. I thought I could take the books off of there. Library. There it goes. There. So just a book with a candle, chair on a chest. It's nothing fancy. Chair out in the middle of the room. Maybe throw another one out there somewhere. Turn it. Turn it. Just give an indication. A little bit of visual that there might have been some sort of meeting at this point focused on the chest with the candle and the book. Maybe the book has some sort of hint as to what might have happened to the village. Maybe some sort of journal, the last entries of the people of this town. But I'm going to go ahead and do another quick time lapse, fill out these other rooms, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I filled out the houses as much as I want to fill them out. Gave the church over here a couple benches, just to give you kind of an idea that the size of the little village I'm thinking of. If both of these benches fit 2 people, we're looking at 16 plus the priest. Not a very small place at all. 1 or 2 goblins could probably roll this place as far as villagers are concerned. The one thing I do like, and they don't have a ton of these, are sideways facing, or stuff that's been knocked over. This is a helmet that has been knocked over. I can rotate that as necessary, but I like kind of looking away toward the open hole in the back of the church. That's where I like this. Now, let's call that my interiors are done. So what do we do with the rest of this place? The more I look at it, the more I think about it, the more I do like the dirt in this area. Everything is kind of dead and forgotten. Let's go ahead and add some cobwebs to the place. We're going to actually leave the church alone for a very specific reason. Let's add some stuff on the outside as well. And that reason is narratively, we could say, oops, that this isn't entirely abandoned. Also, that the undead necessarily could not get in here. Sanctified ground. There's plenty of spells in the game that would prevent undead from walking into this area, and I did leave the torches lit in here on purpose. Let's throw a spider egg right on that bed. You know, why not? It's something else. And that white on white, they might not notice what that is right away. The players looking into it. Let's throw 2 of them on there actually. They may not see that right away. We could even, no, I don't want to do the cocooned people. So let's talk about exteriors. We can just create your own little rock formations. Choose that one and readjust to over here. Just to give the landscape just a little bit of oomph. Make some larger, make some smaller. Use some of this stuff to make it just a little bit harder to navigate through the city or the village. What happened to my door there? That's fine. Ruined. No, not that one. I think I had. That one right there. Make it so clearing some of this debris might require strength checks, or in fact, let's go ahead and copy this boulder. Or, they want to climb over it, that's fine. Excellent. Okay, so there's not much more we can do in here, but one of the things that we didn't do last time was we didn't add any sort of vegetation. So I'm just going to dot some trees around. Make it feel just a little bit more lived in. Of course, the the area is dead. Let's add some mushrooms to it. Just dot them around. Oh, I really like these tall ones. Cool. And that's that. Now, granted, I can make this look a lot better, but for 30 minutes, this gives me a whole kicking off point for kind of a story arc. And there's this whole other map that I could make for down below. And in fact, if I was going to run this as part of a location, I absolutely would. Just go ahead and do that. Just make a whole underground map. And that one I might put on maybe on another 18 by 24 or a 36 by 24. And that's where the quote, the dungeon starts. Though if I did it on something like an 18 by 24, I probably would take up the whole map for the thing. So essentially whatever layer this is taking up the entire expanse of this little village, and just give a couple encounters down there. I could probably throw 10 or so rooms down there comfortably, and call it a day. But for now, that's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to show off this the Abandoned Ruins tool set and just make this little example village. The kind of things that you can do in Dungeon Alchemist, even though it's still in early access, it's pretty impressive. I like it a lot. But for now, thanks for watching and have a good one.